coming to you from the Storm Alert Weather Center. We are in the middle of a severe weather outbreak. We've been talking about for the last 4 to 5 days. Not quite as impressive as the number of tornado warnings issued. The line of severe thunderstorms has continued to remain. As we look at the latest radar imagery, we have a new tornado warning that's in effect. This tornado warning is in effect for Nelson County, northwestern Greene County, LaRue County, northwestern Marion, northeastern Hardin, and west central Washington County. This is in effect until 7:45 Central Time this evening. We do have some reports across the region. We're getting the reports of wind damage to a barn out in Breckenridge County. Hart County Mesonet, wind gust 53 miles per hour. We have reports of 63 miles per hour. They can't hear me. All right, so I think we had something with the music, but that should have went off, so we're good with that. Again, we have several places reporting winds around 60 miles per hour. We have a report north of Caneyville. There's a report there that a beam is down. Let's see. A tower beam is down in that area. So we continue to have reports. Hardin County Emergency Management is reporting baseball-sized hail within the past few minutes as a result of that storm that was the storm warning that was issued there. So all of this area is definitely at a risk for severe weather. So if you are in the path of the storm that's tracking off to the northeast, you should go to a safe place. Joining me here in the studio, storm anchor Keith Richardson. And Keith, I don't have a camera for you tonight, but you can back up and at least say howdy to everybody. We are glad to have storm anchor Keith Richardson here with us, doing the severe weather coverage. Keith has been a good friend of mine for a long time, and we're glad to have him along today for severe weather coverage. Again, we have several severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect. The storm warning for western Nelson County, also southeastern Meade County, Greene County, LaRue, Hart, eastern Grayson County, Hardin County, southern Bullitt, northern Barron, northwestern Metcalfe, and eastern Evanston County, all under a severe thunderstorm warning. And then we have this tornado warning that has been issued a few minutes ago. This tornado warning is producing 1-inch hail possible, moving to the northeast at 67 miles per hour. The tornado warning is in effect for Nelson County, northwestern Greene, LaRue County, northwestern Marion, northeastern Hart, and west central Washington County. Keith, you have anything you want to add to the coverage tonight?
I just noticed that this squall line is it's really starting to really bow out, so that's indication of some damaging winds with this storm system coming through right now, Daniel.
Well, we've starting to get reports now that additional damage in Breckenridge County of wind blown over a barn, have power outages there, and a roof blown off of a home south of the community of Custer, and that is being reported in Breckenridge County in north central Kentucky. Keith, we've been watching these storms as they've moved through, and the good thing about it, as we put the storm tracks into motion, it does not appear that Adair or Russell County is going to see very much, if any at all, severe weather due to the fact that we have most of the storm activity moving to the northeast, and that is definitely a good thing, as that will ease a lot of nerves tonight as we see the storms continue to advance into south central Kentucky. So anytime that we have a situation such as that, it always kind of eases your mind. We do appreciate everybody for tuning in this evening to the severe weather coverage here on the Storm Alert Center. We're thankful that the severe threat is more to the northern areas of our region, and we're going to be potentially spared. That's a good thing. Don't want anything to happen up to the north, but that's what's unfolding. We have a tornado warning in effect there, and it's moving to the northeast. You can see that activity right now as the radar begins to show you how this has evolved over the last little while. Keith, anything you want to discuss?
I know, of course, I've been watching this earlier this afternoon, and you've seen it fire up in western Kentucky earlier today, and it just looked, it was pretty menacing at that time, and then, it's kind of went down a little bit in the intensity as far as, back to the west now, but, we just got to deal with this squall line of thunderstorms and to come through before, this finally calms down. One thing I don't like is when it comes up in the the evening hours up into through the night is when a lot of people sleeping. I don't particularly care about that, but that's how weather does.
Well, that's always a problem and a concern when people fail to have proper ways to get warnings and everything. It simply complicates a lot of things, and people are complacent. Right now, the storm warning for western Nelson, southeastern Meade, Greene County, LaRue County, Hart County, eastern Grayson, Hardin County, southern Bullitt, northern Barron, northwestern Metcalfe, eastern Edmondson, under a severe storm warning. That is in effect until 7:45. That'll be about another 15 minutes from now. And then the tornado warning that's in effect until 7:45 Central Time. This will be in effect for Nelson, northwestern Greene, LaRue, northwestern Marion, northeastern Hart, and west central Washington County. So the track of that storm, the tornadic thunderstorm, is moving to the northeast. And with that being the trend of these storms, and the fact that we have no warnings to our south, and that would be right in line for Russell and Adair County. We're going to show you Russell and Adair. Adair County could pick up a little bit of heavy rain that would impact the western part of the county. but we do not have a warning in effect even for Metcalfe County. It appears the strongest part of these thunderstorms are now to the northern part of our coverage area. Keith?
Yeah, I've seen in that around Hodgenville, you know, you can tell the hail signature. They're going to have some hail in this particular storm here, so be aware of that also. It gets a lot less as you get down toward Glasgow in that area, but
Keith, we now have reports over in Oldham County, Shelby County, and Jefferson County. We have a report of a tornado on the ground. A confirmed tornado was located near Jeffersontown, moving to the northeast at 55 miles per hour. Again, this is a confirmed tornado that is located near Jeffersontown. That would be in Jefferson County. Oldham and Shelby both have tornado warnings in effect. That just issued by the Weather Service in Louisville. Confirmed tornado warning for Jefferson County.
I do see that on the radar right now, where that's actually located. The signature is on the radar right now that I see. It's around around the Fern Creek area is what I'm indicating on the radar right now, Daniel.
So we can say that will be in effect for Jefferson County, areas around Shelbyville, Kentucky, Taylorsville, all under a tornado warning, but we do have a confirmed tornado warning for Jefferson County in north central Kentucky. And as we go back closer to home, we're not showing anything that would be in the path of Adair or Russell County. The worst part of the systems are moving to the northeast, which that is a good thing, Keith.
Yes, I hate it for the people up above us here, but it can get dicey sometimes with these storms. Especially earlier this afternoon, it was very concerned for me, and I've been very concerned about it here for the last several hours. So we're getting to see this move to the northeast of us right now.
Well, we've been following this developing storm system, Keith, and I don't know, maybe 4 to 5 days. I believe 4 to 5 days that we've been talking about it, and that should give everybody ample time to take notice and to be alert and to be prepared for the storm. So people ask all the time. They say, "What about pulling up here where they can see you, Keith?" They ask all the time. They'll say, "Well, what about our county? What about a certain community?" We simply do not know. It appears the counties right here in south central Kentucky in the Lake Cumberland area, looks like that we have probably escaped the worst part since it's moving into the northern part of the state. Keith?
Yeah, that we're going to continue to watch this situation. What's going on to the northeast. It looks like what I could see on the radar here. It looks like right around the Frankfort area. You need to be a heads up of this still that it's getting ready to move up in that area where it looks, and right around Bardstown. You need to be heads up because you're in this tornado warning. You definitely need to seek shelter, not in a mobile home. If you're in a vehicle traveling, you need to find a safe spot and don't stay in a vehicle, because most of the time you can't outrun a tornado and you'll get caught up. As Daniel could tell you from his own experience, it's not a very pleasant thing to get caught up into a tornado.
No, it's actually something you don't want to be involved in because of the fact that tornadoes can change path, and that's what happened to me. It was We're not going into all of that, but it was a tough time whenever you're involved right in the middle of EF2 Twister. It's not a good sight. We're continuing to watch the storms. This is how they progress throughout the evening. We're seeing most of the major activity farther to our north, where there's numerous severe thunderstorm warnings. Have a report confirmed tornado on the ground in the Louisville area. This is again issued a few moments ago. Confirmed tornado warning in effect for Jefferson County. The severe thunderstorm farther to the south that included all of those counties that we mentioned, that warning will expire in about 5 to 6 minutes. Everything is very well back to the north of our coverage area. We're gonna probably stay around and see what happens to this warning here. That is this warning box that we're showing right here south of E-Town. We're going to watch to see how that affects Greene and Taylor County, and to see if that warning would be allowed to be extended. The way that it looks like, it's likely that would not be extended based on how close it is to the polygon. And we would remind folks that we have coined a phrase, and we would encourage people to follow it, shelter in the polygon. So if you're in a warning situation and there's a that's issued for a particular county, if you're not in the polygon, there's no sense in taking drastic measures, because the area of concern will be in that polygon, and you should shelter in the polygon if you are in the path of a storm. That's one way of keeping people safe and informed. Tornado warning remains in effect. This is brand new for south central Oldham, west central Shelby, and the east central part of Jefferson County. They're reporting confirmed tornado last seen in Jeffersontown, moving to the northeast at 55 miles per hour. And now we're learning that the tornado warning that's impacting Oldham County is mainly in the rural areas. So thank goodness there's no great number of people there in those locations. Keith, anything you have to? Well, he has stepped out of the storm center. I don't know what's going on. He's going to get some information for me, maybe. But we do have again this storm warning that is in effect for Greene County, and that's the big one that goes from E-Town down to Greensburg and down to the northern part of Metcalfe County. I'm going to Facebook Live and see if we have anybody reporting in this evening. Keith, you have some information to pass along to us?
Well, I was just watching this cell up and around Shelbyville here. It looks like they're going to get possibly some, with this Boeing 7, it looked like they're going to get some wind damage in that area, possibly, while I've been watching her for the last little bit.
All righty, I have some people asking about anything about Bowling Green. Bowling Green is clear. Everything's moved out of the area there. And unfortunately, I can't see all the comments until we end our coverage. So we're going to give you just a little bit of a summary of what's happening. Again, the severe thunderstorm warning. I hate to call all these names out, but we do have another warning in effect. We're going to see what that includes.
The National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for south central Nelson County, Greene County, Marion County, western Russell County, Taylor County, southern Washington County, western Boyle County, northern Cumberland County, western Casey County, Metcalfe County, Adair County until 9:15 p.m.
All right, so we have another severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect. That would be affecting areas, parts of Russell County, and this severe thunderstorm warning again is in effect for the following locations, and it's part of the cell that we've seen develop. This will be parts of western Casey, the western part of Russell. Adair County is under the severe thunderstorm warning. We also have the northern part of Cumberland County in the severe thunderstorm warning as well. So again, we have severe thunderstorm warnings in effect now for Casey County, the western part, the western part of Russell County. All of Adair County is under a severe thunderstorm warning. As many of you know, we are part of the Adair Weather Command, part of the Breeding Fire Department in Adair County, and I'm going to take just a little bit of a break and advise them what is going on in this area. WX1 Dog units, be advised, Adair County under a severe thunderstorm warning until 8:15. Adair County under a warning until 8:15. All right, so we've taken care of that business. Again, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for western Casey, all of Adair County, western Russell, and northern Cumberland County under a severe thunderstorm warning that will be in effect until 8:15 Central Time this evening. Keith, anything you want to add at this point?
I just continue just to watch our super resolution on velocity tilt 1 just to make sure there's nothing actually going. I don't see anything actually yet. I'm going to put it back into reflectivity and see if we got anything going on there. Right, just to the northwest of Edmonton, you do have possibly some hail falling in that area, so just be aware you've got hail in this severe thunderstorm warned area.
All right, we again like to remind you, you are listening to severe weather coverage on the Storm Alert Center, your weather authority for South Central Kentucky. Glad to have you here. Closer to home, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for South Central Nelson. And again, this is a large warning. South Central Nelson, Greene County, Marion County, western Russell, Taylor County, southern Washington, western Boyle County under the warning, northern Cumberland County, western Casey, Metcalfe County, and Adair County, all under a severe thunderstorm warning until 8:15 Central Time. That's about another 25-30 minutes from now as we watch these storms advance through the area. Some of the ideas, if on timing, if you are in the path of these storms, we do expect them to dissipate as they enter into, say, the central part of Russell. and into Pulaski County, some of the timelines estimated. Russell Springs by 8:11, Liberty by 8:15. That would be 9:15 Eastern Time. Science Hill by 8:34, Somerset by 8:38, or that would be 9:34 and 9:38 respectively, and Burnside by 9:39. So this is the areas that are under severe thunderstorm warnings. And Keith, I think now we will focus more on the local area. This is the area that we cover, and it's kind of our market area. And we do appreciate everybody for tuning in. Tell your friends if they don't have a basement, you know, during a warning, go inside of a interior wall away from windows and everything. That is very important. Now, if your friends do not have Facebook, you can tell people to log on to stormalertcenter.com, stormalertcenter.com, and that will give you our live coverage. You can also click on your county, and it will show you what kind of warning is in effect for your region. And I hear people saying, I'm reading here, Leah Whittle to Spain says, we are in a basement. Winds are really bad here. I don't know where you are. But if people feel like that's where they need to go, then by all means, take advantage of that situation. All right, we have about 10 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock here from the Storm Alert Center. We are bringing you live weather coverage as part of the severe weather outbreak that we're talking about for several days. And we've had numerous storm warnings. The only confirmed tornado warning was the one that was issued for Jefferson County. And we're not going to dwell on this, but we do have another tornado warning for southeastern Oldham, north Shelby, southwestern Henry, and northwestern Franklin. And this is a radar confirmed tornado in those areas.
I've noticed in our area and the last few radar alerts that I've watched here, Daniel, that I can tell that there's definitely going to be some wind damage in our area because it's bowed out more in the cell here coming into Columbia.
Right now in our area here at the Storm Center, we only have 10-mile-an-hour winds being reported now. We'll go to that Kentucky Mesonet site and take a look at some of the wind speeds. I'm not able to bring that online or on video real easy for us, but we will tell you the wind speeds currently in the area. Current wind speeds in Adair County, 15 miles per hour. The strongest gusts have been about 22 miles per hour. So the leading edge of that storm system is right in the western part of Adair County.
I do have some reports of some wind damage in between Columbia and Campbellsville, about just probably about 7 or 8 minutes ago. So that just be aware that you possibly going to get some wind damage as this cell moves through your area here and to the western part of Adair County.
All right, it's about 5 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock. You're listening to severe weather coverage. We have storm warnings in effect for our coverage area. That would be Adair, Metcalfe, Casey, Northern Cumberland, Western Boyle, Taylor, Western Russell, and Greene County. Those storms are moving to the east at 58 miles per hour, so it's going to be a quick movement as the storm moves through. Keith?
Yeah, I was just listening to the chatter on the radio there a while ago. I just continue to watch this segment as it moves through here, and it continues to be tight with the Boeing here. So that's an indicator that we're going to have that wind damage possibly in your area. So if you're at home, please don't stand by the windows, at your front of your home, because with 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, you could have something sail right through the window and get you. So just stay back from windows as this moves through and stay inside until this passes. Daniel?
All right, the severe thunderstorm warning, again, that's in effect for our area. That would be Adair, Metcalfe, Western Casey, Northern Cumberland, Taylor, Western Russell, and Greene County. This warning will expire at 8:15 Central Time, which is about another 20 minutes from now. As we put the storm's track into motion, you can see how the warnings have evolved and moved into our region. And a large storm warning box has been issued. That would be, that one for Greene and Taylor and Casey, parts of Russell, and all of Adair County. We're going to ask you if you have any damage to report or anything you would like to discuss. You can feel free to leave those here on the Facebook page. What's Somerset looking like, David? There's no warnings in effect, or watches or warnings in effect. Nothing for Pulaski County. We want to say a big shout out to Russell County Search and Rescue, Rick Godby, and all the people there that's tuned in to the severe weather coverage this evening. We do appreciate that very much. Reporting a horrible wind in Lebanon. That is because you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, that would be for areas in Lebanon. Also, you are under a tornado warning. You are under a tornado warning. That would be central Marion and Washington County, southwestern Mercer, south central Anderson. So the lady that said the winds were up, if you are in Lebanon, you need to be in your safe place. If you're in Macville, tornado warning in effect for your area. Again, for Marion County, the strongest sail is right over the central part of right around Lebanon, in the north central part of Marion County. Again, a tornado warning in effect for you. So the lady that mentioned the winds were up, you should be going to a safe place and should be sheltered in place. Keith, any information you want to share?
Not at this moment in time. I don't have anything. I'm scanning right now to go to another loop here to see.
293, go ahead. Uh, 10-4. 10-4. people right in the breeding area.
Yeah, it's between breeding and probably chance now. But
10-4, is it a rotating wall cloud?
can't really tell right now. I'll keep an eye on it. Don't believe it is though.
All right, 10-4, thank you. All right, the Adair Weather Command, people with the breeding fire department and other agencies
Showing.
are out on the Storm Spotters Network track tonight. They do not chase the tornadoes, but they're simply located in a fixed position. They're reporting a wall cloud near the breeding area of western Adair County. No tornado nor any type of rotation in that as of now. Go ahead.
It's at the front of the system. That's very leading edge from what I can tell, but I still got a good visual on it. Go ahead.
10-4.
You advise what your velocity mode showing?
We're too far from the radar to see much, but not anything substantial. All right, so we are tracking a storm cell there in Adair County. The National Weather Service has indicated that this storm could be capable of producing 70-mile-an-hour wind and 1-inch hail in diameter, and it is now moving into the northern part of Adair County. All right, as we watch this storm, we got a lot of stuff going on here in the Weather Center tonight. We're watching the potential for. We're still watching this cell. Heavy rainfall, thunder and lightning occurring in Adair County, and probably some broad rotation right in Columbia. But again, we don't want to scare anybody. We have no tornado warning. Just some very broad rotation located in Adair County. But again, we're not telling you to say anything to make you scared or to. We just want to let you know what we're seeing here on our radar system. The severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for all of these counties is in effect until 8:15. That's another 14 minutes from now. I'm going to the Facebook and see if anybody has anything to report. Anybody have anything to report as we continue our coverage? A lot of things going on here in the Weather Center, and it's part of our committed, I guess, or our commitment to you to keep everybody informed and alert, and that's what we're doing. They're watching some cloud formations in Adair County at this point near breeding. So we will continue to watch that and see what right now between breeding and chance, locating a wall cloud between breeding and the chance community of Adair County. Now, keep in mind, we do not have a tornado warning. However, the National Weather Service indicates that there could be a tornado possible, a tornado risk for Adair County. They're located a wall cloud between Breeding and the Chance community of Adair County. All right, anybody have anything you have to report this evening? Raining hard in Adair. What about at Joni Baldock, Casey County? What do you have happening there? Anything to report? Anything to report in Casey County? Right now, according to radar, the leading edge is around Jacktown, up in the western part of Casey County. And Keith, as we watch this storm continue to move, we're still questionable whether that it will require a warning issued farther to the east. At this point, I'm not very confident on a warning expanded into any farther east than I-75. Do you?
No, I don't think it will either. The way I'm seeing it.
All right, very high winds, power going off and on in the Christine community of Adair County. We'll let Keith check our tornado alert and see what you're seeing there. We have no threats as of now from the tornado alert device, and our weather systems here showing no threats at this point as the storms begin to move into the central part of Adair County. Looks like around the Nifley community, that is where the heaviest rain thunderstorm activity is now occurring. All right, it's 5 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. Still a little while to go on the storm warning that's impacting all of those counties that we mentioned: Adair, Metcalfe, West Casey, North Cumberland, Taylor Green, and Western Russell. Again, that's in effect until 8:15, 10 minutes from now. Still, the strongest thunderstorms and the tornado warnings remain off to our north, getting ready to move into the Lexington metro area. Keith, anything you want to add?
Anybody, got any reports of wind damage? Report to us if you got any hail that you've seen fall in your area. Just let me know here on Facebook. I'm switching back and forth from my radar screen and back to the comment section to see what anybody's saying. So if you got any wind damage or heavy rain or hail, anything in that area, just let us know here on Facebook, and I'll mention it here. Just let us know what's going on in your area.
All right. The latest information we have now, I'm looking at some of our data that shows baseball-sized hail that was being reported in Hardin County up in the Elizabethtown area of north central Kentucky. So we do have a lot of activity that is north of us. We had report of at least one home that the roof was blown off, barn destroyed. Again, this is not widespread damage. It's not a widespread event that we're hearing about, just isolated events of damage associated with these storm cells as they move through. So again, all right, and Nicole Anderson says a tree fell over in the Pikeview area. but not in the road. Where is Pike View?
Just let us know back.
Yeah, just let us know where you are if where Pike View is. Holmes Bend and Cane Valley. Right now, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, and right now, from the way that the latest radar imagery is showing, uh, I think that this warning will be allowed to expire uh, based on the information that we have on the radar, and as that warning would be continued on into the rest of Russell County. So back to the west of Adair, we do expect another warning to be issued now.
And there it is right now.
That warning is now including Russell Springs, the Russell Springs area.
National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Lincoln County, southwestern Mercer County.
So we do have another severe thunderstorm warning. Again, this is tracking along and northeast, and this is a huge storm warning that is in effect. This will be for Lincoln County, southwestern Mercer County, Garrett County, Russell County, Boyle County, southwestern Madison, and Casey County. This is in effect until 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock on the Eastern time zone. So the odd thing about this particular warning that has been issued by the Weather Service, I can't recall a storm warning being issued for a total of 1 hour.
It's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, I've never heard of a storm warning being in effect for 1 hour. So the path of this storm is moving to the east at 54 miles per hour, and we do have Casey and now Russell County this is in a new warning area. Russell Springs, Webb's Crossroads, Sycamore Flats, up into the Windsor community, as well as Gosser Ridge, Salem, Bernard Ridge, and as far down as the Ono community in the eastern part of Russell County.
Daniel, I just got a report of somebody driving on the parkway that it's a lot of debris and the limbs are out onto the parkway. So if anybody's on the parkway, just be aware there's debris, limbs out into the parkway. Very challenging to drive, they say.
All right. If you would keep up with the talk here for just a little bit, give them some reports. I'm going to take just a little bit of a break, and I'll be right back in just a moment.
All right. I'm going to see what everybody's saying here on Facebook while he's taking a break here. If you've got any, see any hail or falling or wind damage, signs of hail, anything of that sort, just put it here on Facebook right now where I can read it and see what you got going on in your area right now. It sounds like right now that our wind here at the studios is got up here at the studio. I'm looking at the weather center right now. It was up to about 29 miles an hour there just a second ago. I've not got anybody saying anything yet, but if you got any reports in your area, what's going on in your area, wind damage, hail damage, anything of that sort, just let us know and I'll read it here on Facebook to the listeners here. What's our wind speeds looking like, Daniel?
Wind speed right now is at 23 miles per hour. And here in the studio, the maximum wind gust that we've had so far, that was this morning at 11:45. That was a 31 mile an hour gust. And again, right now we're between 15 and 20 here in the studio. Kentucky Mesonet site, that's where we can get all of the wind speeds across the area. The peak wind gust, we've had a report in Shelby County, 75-mile-an-hour wind gusts, 63 mile an hour in Hardin County, 62 in Taylor, and in Hart County, a 62 or a 54-mile wind gust. Go ahead, 293. That's 10-4. I think the heaviest part's moved into our county, Russell. 10-4. That warning for Dare will expire at 8:15. Go ahead. All right. Again, that is part of our working with the Adair Weather Command in Breeding, Kentucky. Something that I'm glad to be able to take part in and serve the people of both Adair and Russell County doing weather coverage tonight.
Rebecca says that she's got heavy gusts at the junction of 379 and 55 right now. And then Tom Johnson says winds moved on, but a lot of cloud to ground lightning in northern Metcalfe County and southern Greene County right now. Is what Tom says in his area.
We do have, again, reports of gusty winds throughout the area. Severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for the next hour for all of this area in the Lake Cumberland region. So we're continuing to watch the weather situation. I'd like to remind folks to tell people to tune in to our website, the stormalertcenter.com, stormalertcenter.com. We have weather coverage there now. Let's see, Lisa Clark just lost her visor. I don't know what he means by that.
Don McGlover says heavy rain and strong winds in Casey County right now.
So does Deborah Hogue, high winds in Casey. So that's what we're watching now. For Adair County, do have good news. The warnings back to the west have all been allowed to expire. Adair County is no longer under the warning. That expired just a few moments ago. The only warning that we have in effect now is for the following counties that we mentioned just a few moments ago. That would be most of Russell County, most of Casey County, and areas to the north. And we're not going to try to name all of those because our main coverage area is in Russell and surrounding counties. But you can see as a whole, the state, we still have several warnings in effect, but the good thing, there are no tornado warnings. Keith?
Yeah, like the counties that you didn't mention, it looks like more of the wind is going to be from about north of Liberty up through Harrodsburg is where like the main line of the stronger winds is going to be, because it's like it's kind of broken up in our area here from that line that's up above north of us.
All right. 16 minutes after the hour, we're glad to have everybody along here from the Storm Alert Weather Center listening to severe weather coverage. We have a total of 285 people. And if all of those people will tell somebody about us, we may get 385 before the nighttime is over. We appreciate the dedication and everything that people gives us here at the Storm Alert Center. Tyler Huff reporting windy conditions in Wayne County. Indian Cave Hill is calm, according to Mr. Connor down on 619. And Connie Flath is McFarland reporting quiet in the Ono community. And really, if you look at the radar, it appears that most of the activity is right around Russell Springs and to the points to the north. South of Liberty, We're looking at a strong cell there. And then as we go farther to the north into Danville and Boyle County, a very impressive line of weather moving into those regions, which I feel pretty confident that we'll also have heavy rainfall with that as it moves through. Keith?
Yeah, I just, bouncing off what you just said, it just looks like this system has just broken up from about right up above northern Russell County, and then in between here and down into Tennessee, it's kind of calmed down quite a bit in what it was. And you get into Middle Tennessee, they've still got severe thunderstorm warnings out for Middle Tennessee in that area. But right from our area down into about the middle part of Tennessee has broken up, and it's not as intense as it was earlier, it looks like to me.
All right, so as we watch these storms move through, right here in our studio, I'm not getting anything at all as far as lightning. I think on our tower camera, I saw a couple of flashes, but that's about the extent of it. All right, so we'd like to remind folks that if you have a comment you would like to make concerning weather coverage and what you're seeing in your community, we would be more than happy to hear from you. Getting reports on 910, very windy. Russell County is not under a tornado warning, under a severe thunderstorm warning, but is not under a tornado warning. In fact, all of Kentucky has no tornado warnings to speak of at this time. As we look at this large line of thunderstorms that is tracking basically from Owington, that's up near the Cincinnati border, just to the south of Covington, near Williamstown, Florence. You have this line of thunderstorms moving down to the south, and looks like the strongest part of it is through the central part of Casey County. But we have Fayette County under a severe thunderstorm warning as the storms move through there. Still several minutes away from getting into downtown Lexington. And then if we go up into Casey County, it looks like the strongest part of that storm has moved out of, or is moving out of Casey County and is now impacting and right over the little town of Houstonsville, there along US 127. A lot of heavy rainfall between Liberty and Houstonsville. And just to be honest, Keith, based on the track of these storms and what I'm seeing on radar, I think the main part is heavy rainfall in the southern part of the county. That would be near the, just to the north of Rock House Bottom, affecting maybe the Union Chapel area, the Esto community, as that storm moves through that region. And again, this severe thunderstorm warning was issued at 8:08 this evening and will expire at 9 o'clock Central Time this evening. The Weather Service indicates a possible tornado in that, but we're not seeing any sign of that as we make our way in to the first 21 minutes or so of that warning situation. Have heavy rainfall and wind on Woodrum Ridge and Liberty. And an unofficial report of a tornado touchdown in Lawrenceburg. Sierra, we'd like to hear from you if you if you can confirm that, we're not saying that you're not telling the truth. Just let us know if you can get any more information. I guess that's what I'm talking about. Because there's one thing about it. I know several months ago, this was back in the month of July. We had an event here that I chose to seek shelter from, and there was an individual that was very, very adamant and went public to say that there was not a tornado warning in our area. We have another warning issued. I think this is now going to include Pulaski County. This is going to include Pulaski County, including the Somerset community. Now, I know that I have a good friend who lives in Pulaski County, very scared of thunderstorms and tornadoes, and I'm sure that they are listening. I will tell you, the storm is now at the edge of Casey County, so if you want to go in your safe place, you have plenty of time to do that for Pulaski County. And out of respect, I'm not going to call their name because they are terrified of thunderstorms and tornadoes. And I just want to let you know who you are. You need to, you have plenty of time to go somewhere as a result of this storm as it moves through or moves toward Pulaski County. This particular warning does not offer a tornado threat. Wind gusts 60 mile an hour and 3/4 size inch hail is possible with this storm. Again, if you are in Pulaski County, even it looks like the northern part of Pulaski County would be more likely to have any problems if we were to see it. Keith, you have anything to add to that?
I'm just watching this cell as it continues marching on to the east. I know back to the west, we're pretty much basically going to be out of the woods here in just a few minutes in our area. And it just like some heavy rain, I back off to the west as it goes. But heavier activity is right around from about Junction City and it stretches all the way down into the southeastern part of Casey County, moving into the northwestern part of Pulaski County right now.
All right. The good thing about it, we have just received word that the tornado watch that was in effect, the tornado watch has been allowed to expire. You can see where the tornado watches are located. They are down into the Nashville area along Interstate 65 and 44 in the central part of Tennessee. So there's where the tornado watches remain. So you can kind of take a little bit of a breather, Keith, because of the fact that that warning has been, or that watch has been allowed to expire based on information from the National Weather Service and the Storms Prediction Center. Keith?
I'm glad to hear that, Daniel, because it just, anytime, like I said earlier in the broadcast, when it comes to nighttime, it's very difficult to see anything at night, unless it's a lightning flash where you be able to see anything, as far as tornadic activity. But we're pretty much basically out of the woods here in Russell County here in the next few minutes, and that's great to hear. I tell you that tornado watch has been allowed to expire.
Yeah, that is a very good thing, and we're so thankful that that is going on. Once the front passes through, Melissa, we don't expect anything other than rain. That's what we're seeing. Nothing but rain. I think rain's beginning to pick up here in the studio. Winds are about 15 miles per hour. And we're so thankful for everybody that's making their reports.
I've noticed that our temperature, it was probably 20, 25 minutes ago was about 79 degrees, and now it's down to 65.
Yep, that is amazing. And the high temperature today reported here at the studio was recorded at 5:18. We reached a high of 84 degrees.
It's unbelievable.
Absolutely unbelievable. And we're going to see temperatures back in behind this begin to fall as this front moves through. You can tell where the frontal boundary is. As we speak, we show temperatures between 61 and 63 in western Kentucky. We have temperatures 75, 76 around Middlesboro, over in London community up through Jackson, Harlan, right in the Thousand Sticks community on Highway 80, leading into to Perry County, Knott County, looking at 70-degree temperatures in that area. And then farther up to the north, it still remains in the mid to upper 60s for the temperatures. And Judy Bunch reporting that it's temperature dropped 30 degrees. Yep, we've seen that pretty much already. It went from 84 to 64. So quite a bit of a drop here. Raining hard and windy in the Middletown community. No rain in Jamestown school area, but some wind being reported. That is from Keith Richardson, or from Darren Russell, rather. That is a very good friend of ours that's been helping us do some on-scene reporting and different things. So we're really, really glad to have Darren Russell reporting here this evening.
Like to talk about here again, your heaviest activity is moving into the northwestern part of Pulaski County. It stretches from about Eubank, and this activity stretches with the severe thunderstorm warning just in between Danville and Bergen in the Mercer County area. But that line stretches all the way from about Eubank and goes all the way up into Crittenden.
And that is an area just to the south of Cincinnati near Williamstown.
Yes.
And basically, Keith, that is the I-75 corridor, except for that extreme southern part that's moving through and into the...
It's absolutely just about following the I-75 corridor almost straight down until it gets about to Lexington and then bends over back toward Liberty. And they do got a tornado warning, in Williamstown right now.
All right. Line. And then we've made note of that here on the radar. And the thing about it, what I'm showing right now, and I know we're under a storm warning for Russell. I know we're under one for Casey. But I want to show you guys a little something that is... that I don't have a chance to do very often. But what I want to show you is the radial measuring tool. And I know it probably doesn't mean a whole lot to people, but it's very frustrating for us here in the weather studio. And the reason we're kind of breaking away from coverage is because there's nothing great going on at this point for for Russell and Adair. Of course, Adair County is out of the warning, and the worst part is to the north. But the radar beam that is going from Louisville into our area is, you are in the extreme eastern part of Russell County. It is approximately 8,600, 8,700 feet. So the radar beam is well above, it's almost a little over 1 mile above the ground, or over a mile above the ground. Now, Keith, as we both join the camera here, that is troublesome, because when we look at the velocity mode, it's looking at 8,000 feet above the ground, which is not telling us anything on the surface. So there's so many times that there have been warnings issued that were false, that it wasn't anything to it, because they're getting the information based on data at 8,600 feet off the ground. And the technology, not the people at the Weather Service, because they're very intelligent, know what they're up to, and they know what they're doing. But because of the limitations of the radar, we are in a hole. And a lot of times warnings are issued just to cover themselves, because they actually don't know, based on technology, not the individual. They don't know what is going on in our area. So that is why we have numerous warnings that's been issued and nothing happened. And just like now, the leading edge of the warnings for Russell County, we'll show you. The warning for, for Russell County. Let me see here. I'm having trouble tonight, folks. I'm sorry to report I'm struggling just a little bit, but I guess that's all right. The radar is showing that sail over in Russell County, and based on what the Weather Service is seeing, they're saying a tornado possible. The warning will expire in 25 minutes, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, and hail 3/4 of an inch in diameter is possible. And basically, where are the reports of that? Where are the reports of even dime-sized hail or quarter-sized hail? Where are those reports? And people are, or at least I think most people, they have become complacent because the weather warnings are issued and nothing happens. And then one of these days there will be a warning issued and nobody will take action on it. And unfortunately something might happen. Keith, what are you looking at, buddy?
I am seeing where Deborah Hogue says she's got trees down in her yard. Deborah, where are you located? Could you tell us where you're located at with your trees down? Rain has just picked up in the Windsor community, Leah Annell says that.
All right, Angela Hargis asked about the tornado alerts devices. We do sell those, and I will tell you what ours is showing. Simply showing lightning, and basically that's all that I remember seeing here. We've seen some wind gusts. 58-mile-an-hour winds are considered severe. We've had none of that. Nothing even close. Heavy rain near Windsor. reporting in from Jesse. Pulaski County is under a severe thunderstorm warning. And Vicky Woodyard, I guess is how you say her name, said she heard it coming here in London about 5 minutes ago. So the central part of Pulaski County under a severe thunderstorm warning. This is the latest information that we have, and Keith, I don't want to end the broadcast prematurely, but as we look at these this cell as it moves through, right at the western part of Pulaski County, and folks, if you're in Russell County, I mean, I don't know what you're seeing where you are, but everything seems to be relatively calm here in Russell County. At least it is here in Russell Springs at the Storm Alert Weather Center. We're glad to have everybody along, all those who contributed to the weather coverage. We appreciate it. And I have a lot of people ask me, they'll say, can you call me if there's a bad storm coming? And there's no way we can call everybody and let them know what's going on. It's just impossible to do. We have so many people who follow us and who depend on us for severe weather. Adair County is clear. Adair County is clear. Dale and Ray Stilts are good friends of mine. They're asking about Adair County, and it is clear, folks. There's no watches or warnings in effect.
I continue to watch.
Well, Anna Scott, hold on just a second, Keith. Anna Scott said it sounds bad. Are we sure it's just a thunderstorm in Bowling Green? Let me go in. Let me go look. Heavy rainfall and gusty wind. There's what Bowling Green looks like, and does not indicate anything other than moderate to heavy rainfall and some gusty winds there in Warren County and back to the west. Nothing severe. Keith?
I was watching this system as it moves through this line of thunderstorms, and the most intense part is off from about Williamstown. They got a tornado warning that's been issued going off to the east of Williamstown into Falmouth, Kentucky, into the Brooksville area is the most intense. And then as I move down to Cynthiana, I noticed there's a Boeing segment that's going out from this storm here, this system, and that looks like that's going to be a lot of wind damage around the Cynthiana area to me. It's blowing out in that area.
Right, Tanae Stillman Bennett says, thanks for mentioning Warren County. For their grandchildren there, and her mom is at work. Sounds like they're probably concerned about the situation there, but we can assure you there's no threats for Bowling Green. Moderate to heavy rainfall, and Keith, as we have watched this system move through today, I don't know how much, well, we start back off to the west, just west of Interstate 65, and you can see that line of showers and thunderstorms and how they have evolved across the Commonwealth tonight. And now along and east of Interstate 65 into the central part of Kentucky, the tornado warnings that are in effect are all to the north of us and is not posing a threat, but that's how the Kentucky looks tonight across the area. Casey County, Green, Taylor, Russell County is now in the clear, all except that little area around the Ono, Salem, Eli, Gosser Ridge area. And again, I don't see this being a big concern at all. I think, what's the tornado alert showing? Lightning, Keith? I don't even think it's showing
No threats.
no threats.
No threats.
So that is a good thing, and we do appreciate that. The fact that things are what they are. Our coverage area is basically Russell and surrounding counties. I honestly do not see, and I'll ask Keith about. Well, I think he's making a departure, but I'll ask Keith about what he thinks of the cell that's moving into Pulaski County. I really don't see a big concern for Pulaski County. We will be here in the studio, and if things get crazy, we will go back and maybe come back online and talk about it. But I don't want to be pressing the panic button, telling people in Pulaski County that you should be seeking shelter and all of these things. And when I think that some gusty winds is mainly all that we're going to have. We've had nothing here in the studio. Thank goodness. 25, 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts, that's it, and some brief heavy rainfall. That's been the trend most of the evening as these storms begin to move through the area. Reporting wind getting heavy by the airport. There's nothing coming out of Tennessee into Wayne. Pouring the rain in Ono, that's what we expected, and it is moving to the northeast, like we have mentioned a few moments ago. Today, Bennett says, thank you for easing this grandma's mind about Warren County. I'm in Russell, and I appreciate you. Well, today, we appreciate you and all the other people that follow the Storm Alert Weather Center. We have approximately 20,670 something people that have joined together to make this platform what it is today. I've been involved in severe weather coverage for a long, long time, and had ideas about doing some things, maybe trying to do radio and everything. But for what we have here, it's working really, really well. We now have our website. You can go to stormalertcenter.com. Tell your friends and your family that do not have Facebook that they can follow us and watch us live on the stormalertcenter.com. Bookmark it, tell people about it, and that way we can add more people in our clientele and on our platform, whether it be the Facebook, whether it be the website through YouTube. All right, Keith Richardson.
I just had to contact my sister. I scrolled down into the Middle Tennessee. She lives in McMinnville, Tennessee, and they have got an active tornado warning just to the southwest of their city. So I was letting her contact her to be aware of what her situation is getting ready to entail.
Now that would be south of Cookeville. Is that correct?
Yes, that one right there. You see that? Yes, that one right there.
So, Keith, let's talk just a little bit about
now, it's like I was reiterating, earlier about this situation, from our area, north of our area, and then we got into that small gap and didn't have any severe weather, and then just down in Middle Tennessee, it's just absolutely blowed up down there.
All right. What I want to talk a little bit about and we may even bring her in here sometime and talk about it. We've been wanting to discuss some of the things that the tornado alert device will do. Give us a little bit of the highlights of, and right there is the storm that she is referring to, a tornado warning. Is that affecting her?
Yes, that is getting ready to affect her area, and I asked her earlier today about her tornado alert to make sure it was powered and had a fresh battery and it was ready, and she said it was. So she will be giving us reports on that.
All right, and if you'll move a little bit,
I'm sorry.
if you'll move a little bit closer with your microphone, I will turn the cameras up here, and I want you to tell people. You know, we have a testimony from his sister about 3 years ago. It was late of a night, and there was a tornado that was approaching her area, pretty much right in line with her house. Am I correct?
Yes.
Right in line with her house. Keith, tell the people how that worked for her, and I think there was a 2-minute warning from the weather service. Tell the people what the tornado alert done.
It gave her about almost 15 to 20 minutes extra time to get prepared for that tornado moving through that area. And this tornado was caught on video at that time because she had it, she found the video on YouTube at that time.
Now, one of the things that we have documented, of course, we done an extensive research and following the data on that storm. If she had had a NOAA weather radio, she would have had a total of 2 minutes. Total of 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
To get the warning and to get to a safe place. Otherwise, she had over 15 minutes to get to a safe location based on the activity from the tornado alert device. Keith?
Yeah, I mean it's not, the tornado alert's not a snake oil. It absolutely works. I mean, I have I live in northern Russell County, and I've got it in my house, and I've been able to use it, and it's just unbelievable how accurate this tornado alert is with what it does.
Well, right now, again, we will talk about the storm moving into Pulaski County. Again, I don't see anything that would be indicative of anything severe, and that's even looking out of the Knoxville radar, and here it is in the Jackson radar, and I can see gusty winds are likely, but I don't see a big threat for severe weather for Pulaski County, and this warning will be expiring in about 9 minutes from now. So, Keith, what would you tell people if they were to ask you your opinion on the tornado alert device based on your personal experience?
I tell them they need to get one because it could possibly save your life.
The only thing that is a problem with the tornado alert, and it's not a negative based on technology. Sometimes, in fact, I had one that was going to a resident earlier today, and we couldn't use it because the electrical interference inside the wiring of the home, there was so much, I'm not an electrician, I don't know the words to say it, but the grounding or whatever was so bad that it wouldn't allow the tornado alert to boot up and to come to a neutral state where it says no threats, and they couldn't use it. You have to make sure it's near a window, at least 2 feet from it, away from everything.
Even power strips.
Yes.
Don't plug it into a power strip. Don't have it around your televisions, your computers. You got to have it in a window by itself on a plug by itself for it to not have any electrical interference from any appliances.
And that is, as I said, it's a device that works. I have seen it work. I had a friend in Greenfield, Indiana. There was a tornado warning that was issued by, or a tornado concern by her tornado alert. And she said it got really bad outside. She said, I never did hear any damage or anything going on right where she lived. And she thought it was a false call, false alarm. She went out the next morning to find a roof off of a barn or roof off of a house, barn destroyed, trees down all over the area. So it worked. The sad thing about it, there was no warning from the National Weather Service. Now, one more thing, and I think that we're going to bring this to a close because we're starting to ramble a little bit, and I feel like the threat is diminished, and I don't want to carry on. But here's another story, and maybe some of the people that are listening have heard about this before and maybe part of that event. I believe it was 2 years ago. We had a storm cell that developed in the western part of Pulaski County, and it started moving into the eastern part of Casey. It was moving from east to west, which is usually it's rare. And usually when you have a storm moving in that area, in that direction, it's usually pretty bad. So people were showing me snapshots of the tornado alert saying severe storm, severe storm. At the same time, we have numerous reports of large trees blown over, buildings with the roof taken off, trees on homes. I mean, it was horrible. Mainly tree damage. One fence, I believe, was damaged some. We had had a barn damage. Excuse me. And there was no warning by the Weather Service. Obviously, I mean, I'm talking big trees that had to be sawn up, and the number of trees probably went 40 or 50, probably or more. And as we surveyed the damage, we saw all of that. And the only people that got a warning was the people that had the tornado alert device. Keith, you have anything you want to add? I'm going to look at the radar one more time and see what it's showing.
I had a text from my sister a while ago, and she said that she had 2 bars on her tornado alert. So that tornado warning was allowed to expire. That was to the west of her just a while ago. So the only thing she's under now is a severe thunderstorm warning in her area.
So when she had the 2 bars, was that
for lightning?
For lightning.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All righty. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I don't see any need to continue to discuss this and drag it on and on and on. I just don't see any need to. So with that being said, you have any closing remarks, Keith, before we push the button to say so long?
I just thank the Lord that we didn't have any extreme severe weather in our area, and I really appreciate everybody tuning in to see us on YouTube and Facebook here at the Storm Alert Center.
All right, so this has been a severe weather alert day here across Kentucky, and numerous severe thunderstorms and tornadoes in what would be confirmed. Thankfully, not a major severe weather outbreak, but we've had several severe storms and tornadoes warnings issued as a result of this. So everything, there's no watches in effect, no tornado watches, no storm watches in effect for tonight. Let's see, Lisa Clark says you need to get rid of the cap and get a visor. Caps are hard on the hair. That's what Lisa Clark said. So we're going to let her, let's see, have some fun here. All right, we're going to get off from here. We appreciate all of the reports, people calling in, telling us what it's doing and what it's not doing. And thank you for tuning in to the Storm Alert Weather Center, your weather authority.